What's the most challenging thing you faced in your life?
Finding my place in the film industry and, going through school and stuff. When I was growing up, like in high school, for example, I didn't really know what I wanted to be. It's just hard finding your niche. I knew I loved film. I didn't think that was like something I'd get into like after high school. As I'm an adult, I've been doing other stuff like directing. I've been a producer and a gaffer one time. I'm going through the motions and I'm trying to find my place in this industry.
What aspects of film made you fall in love with it?
As a kid, I was growing up with like the blockbusters, Terminator 2, Aliens, and Japanese movies like Akira Kurosawa.
What does having two foreign-born parents have to do with your niche in the film industry?
Being like an Asian American man, it's definitely different than seeing it through the eyes of my parents' lives. Their lives were incredibly different than my life that I lived because I've lived in America my entire life. My parents came over here to get their children a better living. Me and my sister are living that now. My sister's currently like a dentist. She's pretty far now, but I'm currently still going to school, so I'm trying.
How has being Asian American influenced your decisions about a career in the film industry?
You don't see that many minorities working in the film industry. Growing up, I never noticed it, of course. I volunteered recently at LA Asian Pacific Film Industry. I forgot the company's name. They were in Little Tokyo. I volunteered for 3 months and I barely remember the name now. That opened my eyes of like, wow, there's so many Asian filmmakers that I never really knew. You don't really see that here in the mainstream of Hollywood.
Do you think Asian American representation in Hollywood has improved?
It's getting there. I still think it's going to be a long way. I know John Cho recently came out with a new movie called Searching. That was really good. I mean, there's plenty of movies made by Asian filmmakers that get the recognition they deserve, but we're still not there.
Are you pursuing producing because you want to, or because you've done it in the past?
I always felt like I was never like the director. I never wanted to be the director, but I knew I wanted a spot in making movies. I really like the logistics stuff, and I feel like when it comes to producing, it seems like it's more my forte.
What do you like about producing?
I guess like the outside stuff, taking care of what happens outside of when the movie's not being made. How do we get the right materials and resources? To me, that seemes exciting.
What do you hate about producing?
I used to have like a lot of social anxiety. Talking to people, it's not a terrible thing for me, but before I had a very hard time making friends, but now I've overcome that. It's still like deep down like, oh, all right, I gotta interact with these many people. But I mean, if the job needs to get done, I'll get it done.
Were there any careers in the film industry that you decided not to pursue?
I guess editor. I feel like editing is very much a passion type of job. People really have to like editing to get into that sort of stuff. It does take a lot of time and effort. I don't mind editing a film. It's definitely not my passion.
What do you want to accomplish in the film industry?
I guess just making my stamp in this industry and making a career out of it. I want to be a part of something great.
What matters to you in life? And what do you value?
Family, friends, of course, balancing social life and work life. And I think honesty goes a long way. I think honesty can hurt, but it improves you in your work life and your social life.
Why is honesty important to you?
I used to be like a fashion major. That used to be my passion. Not anymore though. There was a point where I realized, I had to be honest with myself that I really don't like this at all. This is not for me. I took a break after that and then I started getting into more films and it's like, oh, this is pretty awesome.
What aspects of fashion did you not like? Why didn't it work out?
Something like was not there for me anymore. I'm not saying film could be it, but in terms of like being my passion, it definitely lasted longer than I ever thought it would.
How has honesty affected your decision of going into the film industry?
I just really love movies. I was always curious about the filmmaking side of things. Being honest with myself of what I like and what I want to do has helped me go towards the industry.
How have struggles in life changed you?
Oh, okay. That was kind of a curveball right now. It's hard to say really, but life just finds a way of throwing you a curveball every now and then, and you just have to go with the flow of things.
If you had to pick one thing to do with most of your life, what would it be?
To watch movies. I've watched at least 500 plus movies. I've watched too many. I love movies, and I would be watching them every day.
Do you prefer to analyze films or create them?
A little bit of both. I think if you're analyzing film, you definitely watch the same movie at least like 3, 4, 5 times, Curating them, I need some time to grow, really, yeah.
Last question. Why do films such as The Big Lebowski, High Low, and Once Upon a Time in the West speak to you?
I really like Westerns, so that's why I picked that Once Upon a Time in the West. I fell in love with it because there's something operatic and epic in that movie. It's a sense of scale. It's amazing. Why do I like Akira Kurosawa's High and Low? At the time, it was like a modern police cop thriller. It's pretty amazing thinking about it now, and when I watched it, I was like, wow, this is like one of the best thrillers I've ever seen.
私も犯人と同意見ですな。あなたには子供を見殺しにする時はありませんよ。出てけ出てけ出てけよ
And The Big Lebowski, when I first watched that, I was like 13 and I hated it, and then I watched it when I was 18 and I loved it.
Where's the fucking money, shithead?
It's down there somewhere. Let me take another look.
And it stuck with me ever since.